Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sutra-92. You are self-evident. Vyomakaram swam atmanam dhyayet digbhihi anavrutam. Nirashraya chitti shakti swarupam darshayet tada. Let the sadhaka meditate on Akasha as his own self. Akasha is the symbol of Chit Shakti. The sadhaka realizes his nature as Chit. The sutra says Nirashraya and Vyomakaram. Vyoma is Akasha and Akara means a form or a shape. Vyomakaram. Akasha is the focal point for the dharana here. Akasha represents the Atman. The sadhaka meditates on Akasha as his own self. Akasha is the nearest comparison to the Atman. Akasha is Nirashraya. Nirashraya is supportless, which means the one that is of independent existence. This is Atma Swarupam. Akasha is all pervading, and so is the Atman. Akasha is infinite, and so is the Atman. Akasha does not move, and hence represents the stillness of the Atman. The entire creation is contained in Akasha. The Akasha itself is contained in the Atman. Hence, Akasha becomes a symbol of the Atman for the mind to understand the nature of the Atman. It is Atma Swarupa Lakshanam. The Atman is complete in every aspect. The one who contemplates on the Atman as infinite, all-inclusive and complete becomes full in every respect. Vyomakaram swam atmanam dhyayet digbhihi anavrutam. Meditate on Akasha as one's own self. Swam atmanam. Vyoma is Akasha and Akara means a shape. The sadhaka will realize the completeness as his own nature. The ignorance that I am a limited being will be removed. Anavrutam is unlimited or free of ignorance. The sadhaka realizes that he is free in every aspect. This is said as digbhihi or directions in the sutra. Let the sadhaka meditate on the Akasha as his own self in all aspects. Dhyayet digbhihi. The sutra continues. Nirashraya chittihi. Nirashraya chittihi shaktihi swarupam darshayet tada. Nirashraya is supportless, the one that is of independent existence. The sadhaka realizes that I am ever free. Freedom is my intrinsic nature, like how heat is the intrinsic nature of fire. The supportless Atman is Nirashraya. It is Chit, which is pure awareness. This is said as Chit Shaktihi here in the sutra. This awareness is pure knowing based on which every experience is known. This awareness illumines all experiences, all thoughts and perceptions. This awareness itself cannot be known because it is not an object to be known. This is Chit Shaktihi. This is Nirashraya, which is supportless, formless, unchanging, and does not come and go. It is always there. The individual experience is of the mind, but the mind itself is known. The Chit Shaktihi illumines the mind. It is the knowing principle, Chit is the Atman itself, one's own nature. The sadhaka meditates on Chit Shakti as his own self. The nature of Chit Shakti is all-pervading, supportless, and infinite. In this, the sadhaka realizes his true nature. Swarupam darshayet tada. Even though Akasha is the focal point for the dharana in the sutra, the sadhaka must have the bhavana that Akasha represents the Atman, his own self. Akasha is the nearest representation of the Atman. Chit Shakti is the light of the Atman. Just like how a lamp illumines a room, the Atman illumines everything else. All our experiences are perceived and understood by this illumination alone. The Atman is self-luminous. It does not require another light to know it. Just like how you don't require a torch to see the sun. The Atman is self-evident. A question is asked to you. Do you exist or not? What will be the answer? You don't require any evidence to prove your existence. You are self-evident, isn't it? The Atman is self-evident. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Atmatattvam Swayam Jyotihi. In the section of Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a conversation between Janaka and Yajnavalkya. Janaka questions Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya is the guru here. Janaka says, people go about doing their job and functions in the objective world. What is the light that illumines and guides them to go about doing their functions? Yajnavalkya says, it is because of the sun that people move about and perform their functions. They seem to be happy. The sunlight will guide them. Janaka agrees. He says, this is so indeed. Janaka continues to question, what would happen if the sun disappeared in the sky? How would people go about doing their functions? To this, Yajnavalkya replies, there is the moon. The moon will guide them. People will go about doing their functions under the moonlight. Now, what happens when the moon disappears? There are no twinkling stars in the sky. It is all darkness. Darkness all around. To this, Yajnavalkya replies, how will people work if both the sunlight and the moonlight are absent? This is your question. People will light a fire. In the warmth of the fire, they will be comfortable to go about doing their functions. The light of the fire will guide them. Now, what will happen if the fire disappears? How will people communicate? To this, Yajnavalkya replies, they will communicate through speech, by the sound of the speech. The sound of the speech will guide them. Janaka continues to question, now there is nobody around. There is no one to hear the speech. How will the person act then? What will guide the person? Yajnavalkya replies, when everything else fails, there is neither the sun nor the moon. There are no twinkling stars either. There is no fire. It is absolute darkness all around. There is no one to hear your speech. However, there is the inner illumination in the person, the light of the self. It illumines everything else. It illumines the sun, the moon, the stars, the fire and the speech. It is always there. It is there in every experience. It is evident in every experience. It is self-evident. Let the mind be turned towards this light. This is the Atman. Why wait until everything else fails? Is it necessary for the sun, the moon and the fire to go away to realize that we have a light within us? Is it necessary to wait until the old age, until the time when all our senses fail to realize the light within ourselves? The light is always with us. It is self-evident. This is the Atman. This is Chit Shakti said in the Sutra. Nirashraya Chittihi Shaktihi Swarupam Darshayet Tada. Contemplate on the objective world in this way. When you look around you, it is Chit alone. When we see sun being reflected on thousands of mirrors, do we say that there are multiple suns in the sky? No. The objective world with various names and forms are known to us. This knowing is Chit. This knowing principle is Chit. It reflects on every name and form in the universe. By this alone, every object and experience are evident to us. The Chit itself is self-evident. The Chit remains concealed due to our ignorance. The dharana in the sutra is about turning the mind towards the Chit. This is Chit Shakti, and the Chit Shakti is Bhairavi. Vyomakaram swammatmanam dhyayet digbhihi anavrutam nirashraya chitti shakti swarupam darshayet tada. Let the sadhaka meditate on Akasha as his own self. Akasha is the symbol of Chit Shakti. The sadhaka realizes his nature as Chit.